Hello students, welcome to the online class once more. So, do you remember where we stopped? That means what we did in our last class. In our last class, we completed voice in present and past tense. Okay, today we are going to do future tense, and the type of sentence will be the same, that is affirmative sentence. And in future tense, let us start with future indefinite. So it's voice, then the tense is future indefinite tense, then type of sentence affirmative sentence, and now the rule. Okay, I have written the rule with two examples. Let us see those. Rule for future indefinite tense is O, that is object, followed by either will or shall, then followed by BEB, that is important, then V3, that is the third form of the verb, and at last subject. But before that we have by. By is important. So our rule is object plus either will or shall plus be plus V3 plus by, and at last the subject. And always remember, the subject must be in objective case, right? So here I have written two examples. Let us see those. The first sentence is he will play football. He will play football. And you know, the tense of this particular sentence is future indefinite. He will play football. Now let us change it to passive voice, right? So in passive voice, we will follow this rule. First object will come. Let us see. What is the object here? Football. So I am taking football to the front. That is to the subject's position. Football will be played by him. Okay. He is the subject and him is also in the second sentence the subject, but in objective case. And there is another sentence where I would like to use shall. Okay, he will teach me. He will teach me. I shall be taught by him. I shall be taught by him. So taught is the third form of teach, and here played is the third form of play. So we must remember, we have to anyhow use the third form of the verb and the required auxiliary or modal verbs. So this is the rule for future indefinite tense. Now next thing will be future perfect tense. And I told you that in future tense, in our last class, if you remember, I told you in future tense we can change an active voice into passive only in two tenses. Those are future indefinite and future perfect. So we're going to do future perfect now. Let us see what we can do here. So I have written the rule of future perfect tense. Let us see. So here we find the tense is future perfect tense. Type of sentence same, affirmative sentence. And now the rule. Okay, what will be the rule? It's a long rule. See, object followed by will or shall followed by have. Okay, then been, B-E-E-N, been, then V3, third form of the verb, then by, then subject, and the subject in objective case. So here we found that the rule is such. Now we will have different type of sentences. Okay, now see, let us see what type of sentence we can have here. Can you just think about any sentence that is in future perfect if the verb is play? Okay, let us take a simple verb, that is play. Okay, now we can write here, what is it? That, you see, just a minute, you know, the schedule is a bit shorter, that is why I'm just writing, then I will show you. Okay, now you see I have written it. So the rule is object plus will or shall plus have plus been plus third form of the verb plus by and the subject. Okay, now I have taken a sentence, as I told you to think about a sentence with the verb play. So let us take this sentence. He will have played. This is perfect, future perfect tense. Will have played. Okay, he will have played football. Now see, when we use perfect tense, then we have to you know, think, in fact taken for granted. We have to take for granted that the action has already taken place, and that is why sometimes I have written here C. C means complement. Okay, here also I have written C. That means he will have played football by 9 p.m. tomorrow. By 9 p.m. tomorrow is the complement, extra information. But here what is important is that let us see the verb groups. Will have played football, that is the object. Okay, now to change it to passive voice, let us take help of the rule. First is object, let us see, and football is the object here, right? This is, you know, active voice and this is passive voice. Okay, now here we find that football, will or shall, will, have, been, V3, played by him. Him is the subject. Here it is in objective case, right? Now see, I have written, because see, when you complete a work, there is a condition, maybe a condition of time, maybe a condition of other actions. Suppose other actions I'm telling you, and time I have already told you, he will have played football before 9 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, extra information, 9 a.m. before 9 a.m. tomorrow, or by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Now same thing we can do with a condition of action also. He will have played football by the time she comes, or she will come. Okay, that is before she comes or before she will come. Now see, that is where there is a condition always. Okay, the condition is that when we talk about perfect tense, we always talk about an action taken place, already taken place. In the future tense, what is it? It will have taken place. That means the action will have been completed before something. Okay, that is why it is perfect. While you learned tense, you must have got these things, you know, why perfect tense is, you know, why It is called perfect because the action has taken place perfectly. Okay, perfect tense. There is no time bound. It has taken place, perfect tense. But it is not also past tense. In past tense also it takes place before, but it's not like that. Okay, if we learn tense, then I will clear it up. How the tense changes. And here it is perfect tense, that is where the action will have taken place before something. So we can add a complement here. But I have given you the simple sentence only to understand how to change it to passive voice. So he will have played football. Simple is the case. Football will have been played by him. So here these are the two. In fact, earlier I discussed future indefinite tense. Now I have completed future perfect tense. Is it clear to you? Okay. Now see, in terms of tense we have completed. Present tense completed. Okay. Then past tense completed and future also completed. I told you in some cases it is impossible, like perfect continuous tense in all the cases, and future continuous tense. It's very difficult to change an active voice to passive voice. But I have to remind you that we have only taken one type of sentence, that is affirmative. Okay, now let us see some of the rules where we can change a negative sentence. Okay, so that we have to start from present tense. Simple is the case. Okay, now let us see. I'm going to write it there, how we can change other sentences. It was only affirmative sentence. Let us see other sentences. So students, I have written some sentences where I have used negative sentences. Okay, where I have in fact where I have used negative words like not. Fine, that means I have written negative sentences. Now this one, the first one, I have just marked it like this. This is indefinite, present indefinite tense. Then it is present continuous tense. Then it is present perfect tense. Okay, now what we find is that, let us see where we have to use not. Already we have learned affirmative sentences. Same rule, only where to put not, N-O-T, not. Let us see. He does not play football. This is a negative sentence. He does not play football. Now we have to change it into passive voice. So football is singular, that is why is. Football is not played by him. Now see, where have we used not? Just after the verb. Okay, that is auxiliary verb. So what will be the rule? The rule will be like this. Object, remember this, object plus is, am, are. I told you where to use is, where to use am, and where to use are. Is, am, are plus not. Okay, plus not. Then others, other parts are same. Not plus V3 plus Y plus subject. Subject must be in objective case. Similarly, in continuous tense, you see, he is not playing football, negative sentence. Now here it is, football is not being played by him. So where are we using not? You see, object plus is, am, are, you know it. And after that we are putting not. And other things will remain same. That is being, V3 plus by plus subject, right? And then let us find in perfect tense, that is present perfect tense. I have taken a sentence, that is, he has not played football. Okay, this is in perfect tense. Let us try to change it into passive voice. How? He has not played football. Football has not been played by him. Now, as because football is singular in number, that is singular number, that is why we have used has. And then not is here. So what will be the rule for present perfect tense? Object, right? Always we have the object in the first position, then has or have, either has or have, plus not. Now not is important. Again we see that not comes after the auxiliary verb. Here also this is the modal verb, not comes after the modal verb. Then been is there, already you know, been. V3, that is verb 3, by and subject. So these are very easy. Once you have understood how to change the affirmative sentences from active to passive in all the tenses, it is very easy. I told you it will take time in the beginning and the rest will be in a very short time. So we have to just use only not in negative sentence, and we should know where to use not. So after the modal verbs or auxiliary verbs we can use not, and that will make it a negative sentence. Is it clear to you? So affirmative done, negative we have understood, and the next will be interrogative sentence. Okay, but here it is affirmative only present tense. We will do the past tense also. Now I'm going to write some sentences where you will find similar things. Now see, I'm just telling you, I will show you when I will write. Now see, in affirmative in past tense what happens? He did not play football. Does will change to did. Football was not played by him. Simple is the case. Football was not played by him. Okay, so again, he is not playing football. Football was not being played by him. Okay, then he had not played football. Football had not been played by him. Okay, in this way we can change negative sentences. But for your better understanding, I am going to write as I have written to you. Maybe that you see I have just completed the whole present tense on one blackboard, that is whiteboard. So it may be difficult for you to understand, but these are not so difficult. Only you have to put not. Okay, where to put not? After the auxiliary or modal verb, right? Then you can do everything. Now let us see the changes in past tense, right? Let me write some sentences there, and then we will discuss. So students, I have written for past tense. Now you see here, this one is past indefinite, this is past continuous, then this is past perfect tense. Okay, now here in the first part we see that he did not play football. It is a negative sentence, isn't it? In past tense, he did not play football. So football was not played by him. So football object was or were, was, because it is in singular, so we are using was not which played by him. Okay, him is the subject in objective case. Now here again in present continuous tense, he was not playing football. He was not playing football. Football was not being played by him. Football was not being played by him. So here we find the rule, that is object plus was or were plus not being plus third form of the verb and then by and subject. Subject must be in objective case. So it comes here that football was not being played by him. That is in past continuous. Only we have to know what to use not. Okay, earlier it was, in the affirmative sentence, what was it? Object plus was were plus V3 plus by. Okay, now we have to put not here. And in affirmative sentence, what was it? Object plus was were plus being plus V3. Now here we have to put not. Similarly, in perfect tense, what happens? Only had is there. So we will put not after had. He had not played football. Football had not been played by him. So here we find that this is the way how to change negative sentences to passive voice, right? So for this class, in fact, in the next class we can complete, I think we can complete voice. I need one class more. I did not think that I would need so many classes, but you have to be, it must be very clear, and you have to be very clear about the concepts. Okay, that is why I have taken one class more. But if you learn these things, it will help you in class 10 as well as in higher secondary. So I'm teaching you these things in detail. Okay, so for today let us stop here, and in our next class, that will be the last class, most probably, for voice. We will have the, what is it called, integrative sentences, and other sentences are not that much used in passive voice. Still we have to see imperative sentence is there, okay, where we have to use let, okay, don't do it, let it not be done, do it, let it be done. Okay, so where we have to use, okay, let and all these things. So that is imperative sentence. Okay, for today let us stop here. Thank you so much.